for broadening of our highways, for improving the infrastructure as far as roads are concerned. That is just to give you one example how the center has been very kind to Goa, only because Sri Manohar Parrikar till the other day was one of their colleagues. So it is to the advantage of Goa we have such a chief minister. The third project which is coming up, which I call it engine of growth, is of course the Mopa airport. We have seen how WM airport itself is congested with the growth in air traffic or air coming to Goa, which we need for tourism. Mopa is but a necessity. Like this, several things which are happening today is because Goa has been the place from where important things have happened. Don't forget, today if you have the most dynamic Prime Minister in our country, Shri Narendra Modi ji, it was Shri Manohar Parrikar who was most important person who propelled him to take the leadership, and that happened in Goa. So even that Prime Minister has special affection for Goa. All the important things have happened at a time when BJP has been on the ascendant. And it is at this time, at this crucial time, looking at the dynamics of politics, that we need the funds for improving the infrastructure. When infrastructure in Goa is improved, you have the quality of life improving. And we are moving in that direction at a very rapid pace. And at a time when it was looking like there were no funds absolutely, who is it that made funds available? Today every project which was at a standstill, work has restarted, and restarted at a furious pace. New projects are being launched. So this is done by Sri Manohar Parrikar. And I for one was surprised when, of course, it is their job to criticize us. Our rival parties who are contesting against it. Oh, Manohar Parrikar is taking the help of others, his alliance partners, Munanta below. I don't understand what type of language this is. Because when your own alliance partner comes and offers support and says, yes, I will work very hard, I will go out of the way, it will result in more stability, it will result in strengthening of our hands of Manohar Parrikar, and the government in turn becomes very strong. Is there anything wrong? And to say that because of this, today I am addressing a press conference in his favor after taking a tour of entire Panjim, after meeting people across the spectrum. Is it a weakness? Any candidate for that matter will take help from his allies and his supporters. Rather, it points in the opposite direction. It points to the weakness of the opposition. Because everybody is supporting, they are coming to know, as days are nearing, that the whole edifice which was built on negativity, on all negative campaign, is collapsing. Because you cannot survive on the negativity of any functional government or any individual leader. You have to offer something positive. What is it that Congress will have to offer? They have already apologized. Congress has already apologized for bringing the casinos to Goa. And yet they shout on the top of their roof that it is the BJP who has to get the casinos out of the Mandovi. Yes, Honorable Chief Minister has said that within 3 years he is finding a solution. They will no more be in the Mandovi. So very clearly he has specified. You come to any scandal that took place in Goa, the biggest scandals that took place, who was it that brought this scandal? Mining scam, which was the biggest scam, was it not a congressman? Was not the SEZ where more than 40 lakh square meters were blocked? Till today they are blocked. They are not available to industry, to put up industry where unemployment problem would have solved. Who is responsible? It is in the Supreme Court. So who gave them that land? Only when a big noise was made by the activists and the whole of Goa and by Manohar Parrikar himself, the whole thing came to a standstill. Who has done this scandal? Today what concerns us, the youth of Goa, is the drugs. Government is already gone out on the war footing, and it is a desire of every BJP minister and MLA that we should come down heavily on drugs. But during whose tenure drugs increased proportional, means in such a high proportion? It was, everybody knows who was the Home Minister. most of the scandals, the most scandalous things took place during the regime of the Congress party. I was a congressman myself. I got suffocated with all these things happening. With everybody claiming chief ministerships, they were not even able to stake a claim by going to Raj Bhavan to form the government after getting more seats. Whose fault was it? They blamed the BJP. If they were found napping, if they were found sleeping, and BJP goes, who were always on the go, if they go and produce a majority, that same majority today is expressing support to Mr. Manohar Parrikar, though they are from different parties. So what is wrong in expressing support? I don't understand. I have met people from across the spectrum, and very clearly people have told me without reservation that we are supporting our Honorable Chief Minister Mr. Manohar Parrikar, who is contesting for the 6th time. We are with him and he is going to win with a thumping majority. The writing is on the wall. There is no doubt about that. And tell me for one most important reason. You are aware that whenever the central government is of BJP and the local government is of BJP, it is naturally a big advantage. And when Goa is growing in a manner that so many projects are being launched, so many schemes are being launched, funds are not a problem. Why would the intelligent people of Panjim, they are intelligent voters, why would they want to disturb this equilibrium? My good friend Girish may tell many stories, but when his so-called senior leaders were not able to move in the direction that there was even semblance of forming a government just after the election, what is he talking of? And if Congress was trying to project that yes, after election we are winning both the seats and we will again take a shot at the governance. All this has collapsed after Goa Forward, after the MGP, after the independents have expressed their solidarity with Mr. Manohar Parrikar. That is the reason it is giving a signal that under no circumstances we will crumble or we will allow anything negative to happen. We will last our full term, and you can judge us mid-term, you can judge us after 4 years, you can judge us after 5 years. That is the message. And that is the reason all our coalition partners have expressed strong solidarity with Mr. Manohar Parrikar, and they are working in that direction. There is no deterring at all. There is deterring, there is negativity in the campaign of the Congress, because what are they trying to focus on? Only the negative points. Tell them to show an agenda, tell them to show one particular thing what they have done for the people of Goa. And the main ills in Goa which are being pointed out, whether it is your, as I said earlier, whether it is your drugs, which whole of Goa is concerned. We are concerned about our youth. It is a very serious issue. In whose tenure the drugs increased? Who was the Home Minister? Whole Goa knows. Who brought the SEZ scandal that land is not available for industrialization, is not available for industry to come, and we are not able to solve the unemployment problem? Who brought the SEZ saying that 3 lakhs jobs will be generated and unemployment problem will solve? It was a land grab which is evident today. Who brought in the casinos? Was it not the Congress party who brought in the casinos? So it is very clear. You point out anything which has gone wrong with Goa, it is at their doorstep. As far as the BJP is concerned, it believes there is always scope for improvement. There is always scope for betterment of governance, and that is what Shri Manohar Parrikar has been striving for. A person who has sacrificed being at the center, where he was all in the defense ministry, and his performance has been excellent. In 3.5 years, you take the record of any defense minister, fingers were pointed out about different scandals. Not a single person even raised a finger on him. He was able to conclude several deeds worth lakhs of crores of equipment for the defense forces, which no other defense minister was able to do. In spite of that, Narendra Modi ji sacrificed him for the sake of Goa. Are we not able to realize this? That this is required for Goa? Why is it that just because somebody thinks it is prudent that he should come and make some big noise and noise will win him votes. This is not the thing what is happening at the ground reality. I am very confident come 23rd and then come counting day on 28th, it will be evident that he has won by a landslide victory. This is a foregone conclusion because it is based on facts, it is based on data, it is based on his performance. So that is what is the most important thing. And today, it is not only in Goa that it is happening. Today, across the spectrum in the whole country, you have people welcoming Narendra Modi ji, supporting the BJP. You have everything being done in such a manner that you have more and more members. Even Trinamool Congress, I am told, just yesterday she gave a statement in favor of the Honorable Prime Minister, which shows more and more people are joining, want to be with the NDA government and support them. Why? Because real good work is taking place at the ground level. Even I want to safely say that whether it is not one particular section which supports the BJP of Manor Parrikar. All sections of the people are supporting him. It is only something superficially being created. Even I remember whether you look at the exposition where so well it was conducted, it was during his tenure. And it shows that he is not against minorities. We were 6 people in the last time around, there were 6 people. This time there are 7 people. So what way BJP believes in any sort of negativity? It believes in carrying all sections of the people with them. And this is what has been the astute leadership of Sri Manor Parrikar, which I feel is the need of the hour. And there is no doubt that we will win with a huge margin. This is what I have to say. If you have any questions, you can ask them now.
Now, at one point of time, you used to oppose MOPA. Just now, you spoke about MOPA and the development. So, what do you want to say on this?
No. If you see my records in the assembly, I was the only MLA who said, leave MOPA to market forces. That was my stand in the legislative assembly. If you look at the market forces, what does it mean? Only if there is demand, it will come up, it will survive at the airport. In all the previous concessions which were signed with the different developers in the other states, they did not mention that existing airport will continue. In the tender documents, it is mentioned that Dabolim airport will continue under airport authority. Recently, they have spent something like 400-500 crores. So closing of Dabolim does not arise. Just about a week ago, further it has been announced they are going to improve all the facilities at Dabolim airport. That also will cost at least about 20-30 crores. So with this sort of thing happening, the question of Dabolim closing does not arise. It is only based on market forces, on demand, that air traffic is bound to increase, that MOPA will come. Now when MOPA comes, it is going to be a growth engine, which I always say, because wherever they have put up airports, 50,000 jobs, 80,000 jobs, 1 lakh jobs have resulted. Like Delhi airport, they say more than 1 lakh jobs they have created. My guess is in Goa, which is based on what their presentation they made, more than in the first phase 30,000 people will be employed. It is just not going to be an airport. It is going to be an airport with a cargo hub and various other related activities. What is important and a valid point is that you have to train our people in advance, which also they are moving in that direction. And government is aware, even any new industry coming up in Goa, people will have to be trained in advance so that local people are absorbed. So MOPA is very much going to be there, and I was always saying that market forces should prevail, and that is what is going to happen based on the demand.
MAUVIN मला सांग पेस्टोरल मॅगझीन आपको का इशू जाता की ताजेर अटॅकिंग NDA at the center and Nazi kind of regime. How much it will impact this election according to you?
According to me, there is hardly any impact, very negligible impact, because I think Benjam voters are intelligent enough, number one, and I for one am aware that that magazine, what they have written is totally wrong, based on falsehood, and it should have never happened. That is not the way to write. Comparing what happened during Nazi regime and what is happening now, it is ridiculous. That person needs to be pulled up. I hope the concerned authorities will pull them up. I can only say this government is never been against the minorities. You take any event that takes place in Goa. Government supports all sorts of events, and I, for one, feel that they have never been discriminated against.
You said that casinos are the baby of Congress. You have brought it. On yet, our Parikar also has said in the assembly also like in 2015, after 2015, no casino will be seen in Mandalay. Now that he has given another time limit, 3 years. What do you have to say?
See, casinos, you realize one thing. It is just like the SEZ and casinos. When they were established, who established them? Congress and Congress leadership established them, they brought them. See, when they signed the agreement, certain rights are created. You can't just do away with them overnight. It takes time. That time being in the opposition, obviously Manoj Parrikar might have thought it is very easy, I'll tell them to go. It is not so. So that's why it is taking time. And now he has taken another 3 years. 3 years down the line, definitely they will be out of the Mandori. This is what is our commitment.
Will they be relocated or will they be brought on land? What?
We are working out a couple of solutions, which is the best after taking all stakeholders into confidence. We will be doing it.
MAUVIN, what is your this of margin with which Parrikar will win? What do you feel? Because they are going around.
See, he will, mark my words, he will win by more than 7,000 margin. Because my calculation. I know if you had asked me, to be honest, about 5 days ago, I would have said 5,000 or 4,000. But as of today, in fact, yesterday evening to be exact, it is more than 7,000.
It will be a record.
Yes, it will be a record. Rather, it may swell also, the way things are moving.
IS was 6,000. So for IS, it was 6,000.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the fact of regarding, you said that you was suffocated in Congress. So therefore you are left. Any लोग ऐसा आस्ते लगे जिससे तो कांग्रेस in बाहर से पास
To be very safe, to be very true, I cannot hide facts. I can safely say there are more than, at the moment, 2 or 3 people who are already feeling suffocated who want to come this side. But it is not the BJP policy to encourage defections. Being BJP, if they do something on their own, it is up to them. As you have seen, one person has done it and he is contesting the election. But it is not the policy of BJP to encourage defection. Even when I joined the BJP, I made it clear to my Congress leaders long back. Next elections, I am not there with you, I am going to the BJP. I made it very clear. And even while I was in the Congress, I said, I am out from today, throw me out, I told them. Because this is, I gave them the full charge sheet, this is what you have done against me. And I feel totally suffocated and I will be in another party. That is what I have told my main leaders, whether it was Sonia Gandhi or whether it was Rajiv Gandhi. I said, you have lost the connectivity with the people at the grassroots level or the people itself.
No, but this switching defection is not new because in 1999 when you were MLA, you remember BJP formed the government with the help of defection only. Even opposition leader agreed at that point of time.
It has happened. In Goa has seen many such government. But I think after Mr. Manoj Parrikar has come, there has been some sort of stability. And now what has been found is a government in coalition. There is no defection. See, there is a fundamental difference. When people resign and join you, it is not defection. You are allowed to do that. Morally as well as under the constitution.
No, I only wanted to know because you said BJP's policy is not to encourage defection, right? You said just now. But in 2000 or in 2000, exactly in 2000, they engineered defection. No?
In any case, the Congress government was calling. So if somebody tells you, if somebody is throwing down a baby which they have in the hand, somebody has to hold it. So BJP ended up holding the baby.
Sure.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.